see what's happening here. Can we go live? Can we go? There we go. We can go live. Okay, we are live. Okay, cool. Why is my screen black? Oh, okay, that's fine. There's a lag. It's fine. Guys, hello. So this is actually a special request. This is a request from Daniel. And you wanted me to do sort of a midweek review of Aussie Kiwi, Aussie US dollar, Euro Kiwi, Kiwi Swissy, Kiwi Yen, and Kiwi dollar. So let's have a look, first of all, Aussie and Kiwi separately. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so for me, the dollar index is still expected to head lower. The next key level that I've identified, if we look at the daily, I anticipate there's a key level at $90. So I think that's where we're going to see our next really, really big stop. That doesn't mean we won't have daily or weekly some other unforeseen things, but it looks like we've broken through weekly support here as well. So I think we've got some good room to go. That should mean, in theory, that the weaker dollar is going to weaken and therefore Aussie dollar is going to strengthen. You can see here as well, this is starting to look nice and strong. I've got a monthly level up here on Aussie dollar at 0.7750, call it, give or take. And so again, lots of room to go. That's great. Obviously some caution on it, but I think we're close to breaking through recent levels. Potentially you could check the highs of these candles. Excuse me, but I think we're good. I think we're going to break through on that so far. Price action looks good. There was a swing set up there yesterday, and Kiwi dollar is definitely due for a retracement. Here's a strong monthly level. The weekly is now at a point where if it struggles here, it's going to retrace from this point, probably down to 68.50. The monthly is obviously headed up higher, but I think we're probably going to see it run all the way up to 0.73. So I think it's pretty good. Usually when you see a pattern like this, when it's running parallel, just soldiers, the daily like that, parallel to the moving averages, means the 4 hour is usually excellent. So if I change this to the 4 hour, we should see very nice cyclical behavior, which you do. So that doesn't mean I'm going to trade the 4 hour. It just means that when the daily looks like that, the 4 hour is the next best place to join into that trend. And it looks good. And in fact, there was a swing low there now, and I missed it. There's technically a bullish candle setting up now. Going to close in 2 hours. Okay, so far looking good. Yes, the daily does need to retrace, but if it has managed to break through 7050, then I think we could see it head on maybe to 71 before pulling back or something. So there could be some potential room there for it to continue to push higher. So, but in the bigger picture, there's room for both of them to go higher on the monthly. The weeklies don't look so bad. The daily looks better for Aussie dollar than it does for Kiwi dollar, but we might see that being the case. If that dollar decides to, the US dollar decides to just fall, then it'll push them up. And this could be one of those scenarios where the Kiwi dollar just trends like this all the way up to 72. I keep an eye on that. I'd watch the 4 hour and look for divergence. So basically I'd look for divergence as it approaches a key level. For example, here we've got a bit of bearish divergence. Okay, from this high to this high, we've got bearish divergence like that, but the RSI looks fine. So far I'm not too concerned about it, but it could happen. We're at a point now where a retracement is a possibility back down to these levels, but at the same time we also could continue on it. So that being said, let's go and have a look at Aussie Kiwi. So Aussie Kiwi obviously trending very well. The same thing there. That's the daily. Let's change that up for the weekly. Weekly is not ridiculously overextended. It's sitting at a monthly level. Okay, it's starting to push through that. This is where it gets tricky. This is where it gets messy. That monthly has just got a series of levels there. So that is a bit of a potential problem. That is just very messy. So I'm going to mark it with something just to kind of identify that kind of area that's just very messy, that sort of area there. So I'd keep an eye on that, because anywhere between where it is now and that area, it could ping pong around. I'd look at that, maybe 1.03. Let's do that. Maybe 1.03, somewhere around that area. 350 could be as well, could be up here. Okay, so, but again, both Aussie and Kiwi are free to go, so it kind of means that this could also continue to move as well. It's retracing back up now. I would look at that as potentially a 4 hour retracement. The indicators seem bearish. They're both trending lower, so that's not really a problem. It's coming back in, maybe to test that 1.05 level. So this could end up being a shorting opportunity on the higher time frame, let's say the 8-hour time frame. Back into this area, if it's a fib level, could be an opportunity there to head lower. Okay, fine. I don't like that monthly though. That monthly just shows Aussie Kiwi is notorious for being range bound on higher time frames. So just a bit of caution there. Euro Kiwi. I'm just going in the order that you wrote them in there. So Euro Kiwi, look at this price action behavior here. Just look at that price action behavior here. That just implies just proper kind of support in that area. So that, I would pay attention to that. That's significant. On a monthly basis, no problem. We've got room to go down to the next key level. On a weekly basis, I think there's possibly a minor level of support where it is now. So actually what could happen here potentially is that it builds up for a bearish breakout to the downside. So it just does it. So if we come back down to this level, we could have a continuation to that side. It's a possibility. But if we're unable to break through that level, then I think that we're going to get bullish divergence here and it's going to break up higher. We've got a weekly downtrend, a monthly downtrend, and a daily downtrend so far. We just have an odd retracement happening there, so I would kind of keep that in mind. Kiwi Swissy. Okay, similar area of resistance structure, let's call it that. Just gonna put that in there, just something to be aware of. Just that reaction there. Again, almost an inversion of Euro Kiwi, which makes sense because the Euro and the Swissy are highly inversely correlated. So Euro Kiwi and Kiwi Swissy would be almost inversely correlated. It's got a very nice uptrend on the monthly. That's a key level. It's broken through that. It's a little bit overextended here. I mean, it could come back down. It could do that. So I would watch to see if it falls back to this level. If that's going to be the case. It has an uptrend. There's no doubt it has an uptrend. If it produces a nice bullish candle on this level of support, that could be a continuation. So again, very similar inverse correlation to Euro Kiwi. So I'd watch, keep an eye on both, potentially. Kiwi Yen. The yen pairs generally are climbing. So a lot of the yen pairs, JPY, are climbing. And therefore, what I like about this is Kiwi is strong, yen is weak. We're seeing a lot of the Kiwi charts are climbing today. I saw that this morning. So to me, I prefer that. Out of all the Kiwi charts we've looked at so far, Kiwi Yen has a lot of appeal to me. It does need to retrace. As far as I'm concerned, it's got room up to the next monthly. It's already broken above the weekly highs. It's got an uptrend on the monthly. I like the look of this as a general rule. It looks like it's breaking above previous resistance. So this should be good. In fact, it's interesting to me that I have not put any weekly or monthly levels in there, which I'm going to do now. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So it's pushing through that. That's good. And there's some room to go. So any retracements here would be a continuation. Pullback into that. Looks really good. Alternatively, if I watch that 4 hour, I'd be looking for pullbacks around about here. This kind of setup that's actually occurring right now. Possibility. Reason why. Entry above the high of this closed candle, which closes in 2 hours. Stop loss below the low of this support resistance level. 73.50 maybe, just to be sure. And then that potential move up to 75. So it's good. It's a good setup. It's if it ends up falling back down, we could see the beginning of that bit of a weekly retracement. But in principle, looks good. I like the look of it. In terms of the previous highs, we're generally climbing higher. So I'm not convinced of this as bearish divergence at this point in time. Let me check it on the daily. On the daily, there's no bearish divergence. So it looks fine. So I'm not too concerned about that. But you could get a pullback in the daily back down to these levels here, which puts us, and the weekly would be back down there, which is down here. I think overall, we've got a greater probability of it continuing up than of it coming all the way down here. So most likely on a retracement is back down to here and a continuation up. Then just a straight continuation up before coming down, and then third option is all the way down here, which I don't. So it's the least likely. Kiwi dot and Kiwi dollar we've done. So that's it. That's all of them. But yes, to talk about the yen pairs looking more bullish, look at euro yen today. So this is euro yen pushing through. Look at pound yen. Let's have a look. Not as bullish here, but don't worry about that. It's got strong resistance there, but have a look at, say, Aussie yen. You can see pushing higher. That's actually broken through local resistance, so that's pushed higher. Kiwi yen, let's look at CAD yen. CAD yen has been bullish up to resistance today. Let's look at Swiss yen. Swiss yen has pushed higher today. So all the JPY charts are looking pretty bullish there. Cool. That is that. If there are any other questions, ask now. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up. It's much quicker for me to do this than to record it and then edit it and then post it on LinkedIn and Twitter. Just easier for me to go live, and you can ask questions as we go. Excuse me. I will try and do the same thing tomorrow, with one difference. I'll try and do it in the middle of the day or in the morning, much rather than at the end of the day, like I have now. So I apologize for that. And that's it. No questions. Everyone seems okay. Good. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. That's it. Hopefully you found this useful. Let's just see what's happening with Bitcoin quickly. It's going to struggle with that 20,000 level. I think it's topping out now. Let's look at the indices now. They still look quite bullish to me. They really want to break through. It doesn't mean they'll succeed, but they're hopeful. NASDAQ pushing on. FTSE, that's good. I mean, that's bullish. We had a bit of a bullish setup up here and another bullish set. It's desperately trying to stay above that support. I'm optimistic. I want to believe it. I don't want to go, oh no, it's due for a crash. I'm gonna go with that. Gold, I'm looking for shorting opportunities here, as per the separate video that you commented on. And anything else? Just look at euro pairs here, climbing. Not so much. Euro Swissy, Euro CAD climbing. Euro Aussie, Euro Kiwi climbing a bit. Look at GBP pairs, looking a bit waffling a bit lower. Might be an issue. Yeah, GBP pairs are looking a bit weak today. Cool. That would be sterling. So sterling is looking a bit weaker today. That's it. All right, guys. Thank you very much, guys and girls. Thank you.